Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Hunky Dory TV. And it is Technique Tuesday today. It's the one that we've been really looking forward to for a good few weeks. It is our Embossing Folder Technique Tuesday. So we're super excited. We've got Lisa looking after us this morning. How are you, Lisa?
I'm alright.
What did you just do?
I just bashed my knee.
Oh,
no.
That was really bad timing, wasn't it? Just bashed a knee on the bar under the table. And in demonstration station, teaching us everything we need to know about these embossing folders is Nat.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, we're going to try. It's just, I think...
We're just going to have fun.
Yeah,
and
we're going to have a play.
Experiment.
Yes.
And, I'm going to show you different things that we've learned, different things that we think are really cool to do with your embossing folders. And then we're going to try things with pearlescent powders, embossing powders. We're going to bring our inks in. And then we're going to do some paper crafty bits as well, because I think, you know, it's nice to show a mix. So hopefully we'll do things. And obviously there's so many more things you can do with your embossing folders than what we are going to show you. But if there's anything that you think we've missed, then shout out, because we'll definitely try and throw it in as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So it is a technique based show. Yeah. So we're not going to be making finished cards. No. It's all technique-y bits, all just showing you how to get the most out of your embossing folders and how to use them a different way, especially if all you've done is run them through the machine and used it as it is, which is absolutely fine, but there's so much more you can do with them.
So many cool things.
It's going to be fabulous. Okay, shall we get started with this week's Win It Weekly?
Let's do it.
Hold up. Lisa, you'll have to do it. I don't know
Is it definitely Lisa? Anne-Marie?
That's just how you should go.
I'm 6 out of 6.
Apparently. I'm sorry. Shall I shout? Okay. Let me know if that's better. Sorry, I'll just have to hold it like this. So, if you would like to be in with a chance of winning our fabulous Duo Design Multi-Buy number 14, where we have got 3 of these gorgeous pads. You've got your Bright Blooms and Trailing Leaves. You have got Pastel Party and Wonderful Watercolour and Natural Planet and Gorgeous Grunge. Worth £35.97. We've got 3 lucky winners, but you need to answer our most crazy question correctly. What is the furthest distance cycled underwater? Is it A, 4,308 metres, B, 7,445 metres, or C, 6,708 metres?
We all thought it was a bit crazy, didn't we?
It's bonkers.
It is a mad question.
I said to Lisa, who in their right mind woke up one morning and said, I know, I'm going to cycle underwater.
Yeah, but they probably haven't even thought about that one day, because that's a lot. That's really far. Like, you're going to have to train doing that.
Exactly, but who gets up thinking, oh, I'll try that. I'll see if I can do it.
I don't know. I still don't understand how it works.
No, me neither.
The science behind that is
we need to do some research,
crazy.
Don't we? Not that we're going to do it, but, you know, we might find a bike on Sunday when we go for our swim.
Maybe.
We can
Maybe there'll definitely be a car in there. Although I don't think we'll be swimming in that side. Who knows?
We can give it a whirl. Okay, are you ready for our Moonstone embossing folders? We do have a little VT to show you, which we will look at now. Aren't they amazing? They're just fabulous. We absolutely love the embossing folders. Okay, so it is the most affordable collection as well. I was really surprised at the price, if I'm quite honest. Because
considering you're getting all 4 as well.
I didn't think, me and Stacey didn't think that we were going to get this incredible price. So you are getting all 4 of the designs. You've got the dots, you've got the stars, you've got the stripe, and you have got the zigzags or the chevrons, whatever you like to call it there. Saving you £6, so it takes it down to £17.96. But if you're a Diamond member, look at your price, £16.16.
It's madness.
It's £4.04 each for an embossing folder, for a tool for life. A 6x6 embossing folder as well, so it's a really good size. It is just perfect for using for your backgrounds and things like that as well. Let me show you this awesome little thing that I think Stacey put this together for us.
Of course. cool.
Isn't it cool? Showing all the different
Yeah.
things that you can emboss. So we've got adorable scoreable.
Oh, I think she did this with Cat, you know.
We've got matte-tastic and
Nice.
sanded. We've got our black stamping card and our prism pearlescent powders on there.
They work so well,
Don't they? We've got classic craft, essential. We've got Miri. We know it always looks absolutely sensational on Miri. We've got Parchment as well. So this is our
Parchment
standard
looks
kind
so
of white
cool.
Parchment. It's so wicked, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got acetate as well. So look how cool acetate looks. We have got watercolour card. And then obviously adding a little bit of colour on there as well gives you a really lovely effect. We've got our shimmer card, which looks awesome. And then we've got our coloured parchment as well, which is going to give you a completely different look to the white parchment too. So loads and loads of different kind of substrates that you can emboss onto as well. So don't just think adorable, scoreable, Miri. You know, there's loads and loads of different bits and pieces. Let me show you some of the makes as well, because they are just wonderful, aren't they? Look at this one with our prism powders again on there.
It looks so good.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I need to look at the...
It looks so good.
Look at this one.
I think that one on the bottom is a technique that we'll try
Oh,
later
okay.
on. So the one in the middle, it's where you can add your ink onto it. You emboss it once, then you clean it off, dry it off, and then you just add ink onto the top layer so it doesn't go into the embossed edge, and then it sits really nicely, and that way you can get like that two-tone colour.
Yeah.
It works really well with the stars though.
It's so cool, isn't it? It's so cool. This one as well. This one's from Lisa. This is using the letterpress technique.
Nice.
Absolutely gorgeous. We have got this one, which it looks fabulous. That's just colouring those in with our craft markers. Looks really cool, doesn't it?
It gives it such a cool effect.
I mean, it's just so classic on craft, isn't it?
It looks so good.
That looks amazing. Oh, look at this one.
This is a really, really sweet idea. And again, another one that we're going to try to show you.
Amazing.
Using like your embossing powders just to highlight and I think it works so nicely with the dots because they stand out so well.
They do, yeah. Oh, that was a really cool one as well. This one is from Lisa again. Absolutely gorgeous.
I think there's just so many different things you can do with these. This is cool.
That's really cool, isn't it? That just watercolour pencils in the
watercolour
in the
pencils,
gaps.
using it the negative way instead of the positive way, and then colouring them in.
And then another one here.
That's quite cool, isn't it?
That is cool. So that's got I don't know what that is. It's like a silver kind of ink.
I think it's inking onto it. And then maybe using really light, like pearlescent powder.
Yeah, it's definitely something shimmery, isn't it? Yeah. It
nice,
looks fabulous. Yeah, it really, really does. It is amazing. So you can get all the embossing folders individually as well. They're £5.99 each, or any two for £9.98. But obviously you can see the value there for an extra £6 as a Diamond member. You're going to get all four of them. So that is definitely where the value is in those wonderful folders. Okay, Nat, we're coming to you.
Okay, we're going to focus first of all on a few different paper crafty techniques.
Okay.
So we've got some things ready to go. First of all, you do it a lot in stamping. It's like highlight stamping.
Okay,
it's where you stamp an image in black and white, and then you like have a section, whether that's like made using a die, or made using a bit of masking sheet, or you've just sort of like simply cut down the edge of your image, and then you've like coloured in a little section. So we're going to try that first of all. So I've got, I'm going to use my dotty one for this, and we've got some just white ink me, and then I've chosen some pink paper from our design, and I'm actually going to stick it on first. Now, you don't have to stick it on first, you can stick it on afterwards. However, if we stick it first, then it just means that it's going to stay in place, and then it's not going to take us forever to line up. So,
do you want a tape runner?
I did think I brought my box in with me, but I'm not sure where I put it.
Can we steal one of these, Lisa?
I definitely brought that in. Oh, it's behind me, that's why.
Have you got it?
It's down here. 1 minute.
Hold up, I'll get it, I'll get it. Don't move. It's a nightmare once you're up there.
I put it there because I didn't have enough space.
So you got a lot of stuff today.
There's loads of things. we're going to be very messy with our crafting. So I'm just going to pop this on here first of all, and then we're going to stick this in place. So I've just gone an inch shorter on my measurements, so 5 by 6, and then this one is 4 by 5. So I'm going to place that in there, make sure that that's nice and sort of stuck down, and then we're going to add this into our embossing folder. So I'm going to go straight in the middle so it sits, and then we're going to place it in our plates. Now we are using the Gemini 2 today, so for our embossing folders with the Gemini 2 you do need both of your base layer plates. So I'm just going to pop that in, and then we're going to run that through, and this is going to give you that really nice effect. Now you could do this with a piece of mirror around it as well, or you could do it separately, like I said, on like 2 sheets, cut it out and then add the mirror behind so the mirror is not embossed.
Yeah.
But it's going to give you that nice like effect
It's so cute.
of just like bringing out that colour. And again, you could do like just a strip of this pink, or
like
what you could, a circle. You could do one of your fancy label shapes, but it just adds that extra special touch.
I love that.
It's like a matte and layer. Again, you could do it with your inks as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's so easy to do it with your paper because or your cardstock, because you're just cutting it out, then running it through. And with your paper and your cardstock, you know it's going to sit really nicely as well, and it all lines up perfectly doing it this way. So that's like spotlight, where you're just kind of like picking out with your paper one sort of section. We've just gone for the square there.
Yeah.
The second one I thought we would do is I'm going to do like an aperture card front, but we're going to use parchment this time. Ooh. So I'm going to take my trimmer and just cut this little bit of cardstock down. We'll just do it at 6 by 6. This is a piece of cardstock from our warehouse as well. You can tell because it hasn't been cut down. We always go out there and steal stuff when we're running out of things. So I'm going to start by cutting both my panels to 6 by 6. Now the beauty of this again is that you will be able to run this through at the same time, and that's because this is super thin. So we're not actually going to stick it together like we did before. I'm just going to lay it on top, and this time we're going to go through with our diagonal sheet. So let's pop this in, just making sure that it doesn't have to be perfect, because you can mix, you can twist your design as well, so that the image is different. We'll show you that, but let's pop it in. We'll run that through again, and it gives it such a good effect as well on your parchment, because it really gives that like nice white edge too. So it looks super cool.
It's like super quick parchment crafting, isn't it?
Yeah, if anyone really likes like Parchcraft and sort of creating those like shapes and designs, like using your embossing folder with parchment gives you such a cool look. And then again, you can you could turn this over and you could do like your colouring techniques with your parchment, so that would look really cool as well. Let me just pop this to one side, because I'm going to bring in my trimmer again, and I'm just going to take an inch all the way around here. So this is going to give me a nice sort of aperture that we can then add our parchment behind.
A question from Pauline. She's asked, if you use a 6 by 4 card blank, will it come out with the pattern of the embossing folder? So if you, I'm assuming you mean if we put the whole card blank in?
We can try it.
How much will that emboss? How deep will it emboss?
How deep will it emboss?
Yeah.
It probably would do the whole thing.
I think it probably would.
Because it definitely would go through too. The back panel would be a lot thinner, but we'll try that next.
That'll look really cool.
So we've popped these 2 bits out, and then what we're going to do is, if I just add, where have I put it now? My tape runner. Just going to go on the very edge of this piece here, and you can do it 2 ways as well. So we can have our stripes go in the same way, and like match it up so that they perfectly fit within there, or we can turn it the other way.
Oh, I like
so that your stripes are different. So you can just, I think I've got that the wrong way around as well. Let's put it this way, so that the embossed is the same way up. But we are going to show you before we go on to the next section as well, how you can mix and match your shapes of your designs. And now when we look really
Oh,
closely,
that looks so cool.
it actually still meets up
Yeah.
with the sort of reverse edge. So it
It's really
does go
cool.
down, and then you've got that gorgeous parchment, so you could have like this as a shaker element.
Yes.
You could put like mirror behind this bit, so it just adds that sort of fun look to it. So that's a really cool technique of like creating apertures, but then either using this or you could do it with your acetate as well.
Yeah,
And your
yeah, that would
acetate's
look
going to
really
give you
cool.
more of like a see-through look. It honestly depends on what you want to do, but it's a really fun thing. So let's try that one that we were asked about. So I've got a 6x4 or an A6 card blank. We'll take our piece. Now this is really cool because, and you can do this with your 6x6s as well. If you want to just emboss one side of your design, you can just, as long as it's 6x6 or smaller, you're going to be able to just emboss the front of your card blank. So we can line up. You can line up the edge of the score line to the very edge of this emboss line. That's going to make sure that you've got that nice design the whole way across.
Or even things like just half of it. Or,
yeah,
you know, you
absolutely.
can do things like that
you can
as well,
just
can't
sort
you?
of do, say, 3/4,
Yeah.
just line it up there, run that through. That's going to give you a really cool edge. Let's do both of them because I want to, I'll do that. So we'll do like a 1/4 of the front of a card blank. And then we'll do the whole of a card blank. Lisa's very good new card blank section is coming in handy today.
Oh my goodness, Lisa.
Have you seen it? It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, that makes my heart so happy.
It's so cool. And this is a technique that Kat did quite a bit actually when she was making
I love
cards.
that.
So this is the negative side. So obviously, well, it doesn't really matter,
Doesn't matter,
with this
does it?
because
Yeah.
either way it works really nicely. But how cool would that be with like
just like a sentiment, really simple, like quick cards.
a simple sentiment? You could also, because it's kind of like tracks, you could use it for like a bike
Yes.
design, or like I'm trying to think of the monster truck toppers that we've got.
Yeah,
you could
from
use
the
it like that, so it kind of goes
toppers.
halfway through. So that is just, if you want to, you can obviously go the whole way. I was just showing you how cool it looks if you like partially emboss like a card blank, and you can make your cards straight away with that then. And as well, how fancy does that look?
Yeah.
With you like plain card blanks. Let's try the whole thing. I've got
I think for your kind of clean and simple cards,
yes,
it looks amazing.
with a
doesn't
little
it?
like flower on there.
Yeah.
And
really,
a frame.
Really simple.
So next up we're going in with the whole card blank like we were asked. So full card blank in here. We're going to pop this along this section. I'm going to run it through.
I'm interested for this one.
I am. I kind of want to see how the back looks.
Yeah, me too. I think it's
I
going to be
love
pretty
this.
good.
I'm going to use this.
I really
Keep
like
them
that.
there.
It's so nice.
Oh.
Oh, nearly. Good save.
That was close. Okay. It's done both sides.
Wow.
It's done both sides. You've got that little bit of a ripple effect, but
It's a
you
lot
take
of
your
pressure,
brayer
isn't it?
and we run that across. You can kind of flatten that out in terms of like the shape. I can't even see where you open it now. Look at that.
Oh my word, that
Both
looks
sides
amazing.
done. And look, and this is 300
300.
yeah. GSM Inky cardstock as well. This is a weighty cardstock, so to know that you can do that and you can have both sides. They're
looks so
instant
good.
card blanks. Instant card blanks that are going to look like no card blanks that anyone else has as well, which is really cool.
absolutely.
So you can do that. Let me show you 2 more techniques before we go back to Anne-Marie. So the next one I have, again, it's like a spotlight one. However, I'm using die cuts and I'm also mixing my mediums. So I've got Adorable Scoreable and I've got my Miri, and we're also going to do something else once we've done this. So I'm just going to lay these out on here. I want to have a bit of space for my next technique that we're going to do.
Okay.
So let's just pop them on there, and again, just use your glue to stick this down. And you will want to do this way round. It's just going to make your life so much easier.
Okay. I'm excited.
So let's pop this on here. And this time we're going to use our star embossing folder. So I'm trying to showcase them all for you as much as possible. Let me just get, you want the most glue as possible on these pieces because we are going to be moving the shape of them when we emboss them. Lisa, I'm going to have to get all the glue off here after this is finished. I promise I'll do it though. should be using my other one really, shouldn't I? So we'll pop that on there, and we're just going to remove all of these edges off here. And we've literally just touched the surface with this first section with like paper techniques. We're going to get really into some fun inking techniques and other bits in the next section of this show. So I'm going to pop this in now on my folder, making sure that it's all lined up. And because we've added Miri, and Miri's a bit thicker, so Miri's like 220 instead of like your parchment and your papers, which are thinner. I'm actually going to run this through twice.
It's got that laminate as well, hasn't it? Which makes it that bit thicker.
So you want to make sure that both layers are embossed properly. So I'm just going to spin it, and then all the angles have had that right amount of pressure before we move it out. I mean, it might be something that you're wanting, and it will look really cool if it's embossed the Miri more than it has the background, because that's a really cool effect as well. But if we take this out, and we just peel this off.
How cool
Look how cool this is. And you can add so many more stars to what I've done here, but I just wanted to show you the next level that you can take this to is with a little bit of sandpaper. And my sandpaper's come off my block, which is really frustrating. But what we're going to do, is there another one in here? No. Stacey tried to tell me that I'd stolen hers yesterday.
Oh, she did.
I don't think I have.
She was trying to.
Do you know what we'll do?
She was trying to.
We'll be cheeky.
She was asking everyone for it. She accused Bex of stealing it.
I think she's lost it.
I think she's lost it.
So you want it to be on a flat surface, and that is so. What you can do is just go over the edge of this. You want it to be as flat as possible because you just want it to touch the stars. And you can sand this back. Now it's going to take a while to do this because
I always just have a little nail file.
Nail files are a lot better. They work a lot easier. It means that you like more controlled as well on where you're putting it.
Oh, they look so cool.
But you can sand these ones back. And then because this is an adorable scoreable, once we've sanded that first layer off, we can actually ink that. Yeah. Because we've gone back down to that core colour. Yeah. So you can do some really fun things and sort of carry on with doing that, and then you're going to have like 4 different types of stars. So you've got your the sort of like spotlight detail with that really cool background in, but then also you can obviously just sand back any of your embossing folders to bring out that edging, which looks really cool. So that's another way. And then finally, and I'm hoping that this one's going to look really cool, we are going to do like putting it back together, so kind of like paper piecing, but we're going to do different things. So I've already done 3 designs. So I've got a pink one, I've got an orange one, and I've got a blue one. Now if anyone out there is super beady-eyed, you'll notice that I am actually flipping my paper over. So you'll notice that these 2, I've got the detail the other way around. Yeah. So let's carry on. So this one was the right way up. So with the yellow one, we're actually going to put it so the yellow faces the clear plate. So we're going to put that one on that way around. And I mean, with this, you could probably run 2 sheets through at the same time.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's paper.
Well, if you can go through two
adorable, scoreable, Miri. 2 sheets of your Ink Me. You'll be fine with this. And of course, it's not going to transfer any colour or anything like that. So that is my second one, and then the last one I'm going to do the right way up. So the colour will be facing the colour on your embossing folder. So let's just slide that in. You want to make sure it's nice and level for the next piece that we're going to do. I have swapped my plates around as well today to try and get some flat ones, so that I don't damage my embossing folders with the nice bendy plates that we've got with this machine. So now what we want to do is, if I take a piece, I take my trimmer, and I've got 5 pieces here, which I would have been best with 6, but you know me, I like to make my life harder. I'm going to do 1 and 2 notches, and with the maths that I have not in my brain, that should work. There's 1.2, but how many is on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that's going to work. Maybe we'll just do it with 3.
Are you trying to divide 5 into 6?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Let me have a look.
It's 1.2, I think. Because I worked that out, but now I'm thinking it's not. I'm sure it's 1.2.
Yeah, 1.2.
1.2. So just 2 notches, isn't it? No.
Ish.
Should we go for 3?
Yeah.
I just feel like 2 is not enough.
No.
I'm trying to make sure.
Well, 1 1/4 would be 1.25, wouldn't it? So you need to be just a little bit under the quarter.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. So 1.3.
Yeah.
So let's do that. We're just going to follow that the whole way across here. And you want to make sure that you're trying to go through as many as possible. Let's just do it these ones first. And you want to keep, it's important that you do this, keep all of the panels together. So let me switch over. So 1 and 3. But I need to make sure that's lined up. We have already cut that bit. So then the next bit. Depending on how, obviously when you're doing this at home, do each piece individually. It's just going to make your life so much easier, and all the pieces will be straight then. Although it doesn't necessarily matter, but what this does mean is that you can make this card 6 times over, I think.
Yeah, you will.
So this one's a great technique for being able to like bulk make with your embossing folders.
Yeah.
So 1.3, that's about right. And we've got that end there as well. So you've got those ones, and then I'm just going to go in and finish off with these ones. And you could make a card out of one of the pieces, but it's not going to line up or create the effect that we want. No. So keep going with the craziness, because it will definitely be worth it. 1,
Just the process.
3. In terms of like paper techniques as well, this is probably the most fussy one out of all of them. But it has such a cool effect. You don't necessarily have to do straight lines either. You could do like diagonal triangles. Yeah. Make it look really quirky. So let's just switch this around.
You could use your nesting dies, couldn't you?
Yes.
Create
that would look really cool.
Because you could do that all in one go.
So let me just grab these out, and what I want to do is I want to pull the colour in like its section. So that will be the yellow one, and then this will be the green one. And then I'm going to take a piece of cardstock. This step is probably, you could piece it together just by the panels, but I'm going to make a base with Inky just so they all sit really nicely. I've not made too much mess. I thought I would make loads more mess than this.
No, done pretty good.
So
nice and tidy.
With these ones, again, we'll just go in. Let's do it on here because it will be easier. So just put as much tape on here as you think is a bit too ridiculous, actually. But you need to get all of those panels
you want them nice and
lined up, and then we can just use the edge of this. Anything that's hanging over, we'll come back in and we can make sure that we are cleaning that up. But we're just going to line this up, and you can already see how this is like working out, and using the different colours as well is really going to make this stand out.
Like same colour as well, just alternated, wouldn't it?
Just alternative, so you can see that sort of difference in the design.
Oh, that's really cool.
But you're just lining up all of those opposites in here. And then I would definitely go in and just trim.
Yeah.
Trim this.
It's easier to trim afterwards though, isn't it?
Because you've got that line as well on the outside edge of your mat. So just to make sure that that is nice, just take sort of like 2 notches off each end. Line it all up. And then you're going to have that really cool background panel. And it's really simple to create these designs as well. It's not taken too long to sort of put this together, but it gives you such a fun look.
Once you've got that embossing though, like you say, you can make 6 more of those, or 5 more of those.
And it's like all alternate,
it's so cool.
It's really, really cool. It kind of gives that shape a little bit of difference as well because of the because it's not symmetrical. It doesn't all go the perfect way. It does mess with your eyes a little bit.
It does, definitely. I thought it was just me. I was like,
really,
is this just me?
really cool. So imagine this with your stripes.
Oh my goodness.
Like, that would be really fun. But yeah, that's a great way to use it. So you can do like mixing and matching and switching your from positive to negative. You can like spotlight areas, so you can bring them up, you can sand it back, and then you can create like really nice designs with sort of like parchment and creating apertures as well. So that's 4 different papercraft techniques that I think you can definitely get the most out of, and they're quite simple, quite easy to do too.
And we did the card blank.
We did the card blank.
The card blank was so cool. Like, I don't know where that's gone now. You put it on the other side because you're going to use it.
I'm going to use it. Look how good that looks on your card blank.
Amazing, doesn't it?
I'm going to be using that all the time
Yeah,
now.
me too. Just those clean and simple cards. Imagine that, like landscape with one of our combos just at the top, or the overlay sentence, just something.
It would be so cool, wouldn't
it? So nice.
On the edge dies.
Yes, Lisa.
That would look awesome.
That would look so good. Okay, we are ready for the next little section we've got for you. So do you want another embossing folder in your life? Then you need to get our incredible new magazine, Crafting with Hooky Dory, issue 77 is here. It is just £8.99 if you are a Diamond member. And it comes with loads and loads of extra goodies. And we have in here, look at this. Oh, there's a little bit of an extra cheeky little addition that we've popped in. We've sacrificed 2 pages of contents to give you something. A whole
decoupage
super juicy. It looks wonderful, doesn't it? And it's so good when it's made up as well. That decoupage, it is wonderful. And if you don't want to do the decoupage, you've got that paper on the back as well. But your magazine is jam-packed with loads and loads of ideas. I feel like we've got embossing folders in here as well, or have I made that up?
Yes, they will be in that one.
Let's see if I can...
because I don't think we had them for the one previously.
No, I don't think we did. Oh, we have these that we showed you last week as well. Our Digi-Downloads. Stacey made some amazing projects for us on Thursday? I'm so confused because she's normally in on a Friday. So it's because we did Thursday this week. Oh, was it this one? Oh no, that was your Gilding Flakes thing. That looks so cool as well. We did love that. I'm sure they're in here. Where are you? It might be what? I don't think it is because I know which one's Anyways, your magazine, wonderful. Loads of projects, loads of ideas. But let's be honest, this is all we care about, isn't it? This is what we love, the free stuff. So you have got your wonderful Waves embossing folder. So all of those techniques that Natalie's just shared with us, you can do with this as well. So this one is a 6x4 one. Let me show you just 2 of the makes that we have here. Look how amazing that looks on the mirror. You get so much movement, don't you?
I love that.
It is.
Imagine that sanded back.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That would look so cool.
So cool. And this one as well, really, really simple, just inking, but it just adds
I like that too.
So much more texture, doesn't it, to your cards. It is just wonderful. So that embossing folder is in there. And then, of course, you're going to get this incredible free gift as well. This is your papercraft collection. And it is an absolute whopper this time. It is jam-packed. So we've got our 4 foiled and die-cut topper set. So you've got your topper, your printed card, your foil cardstock as well, all with that incredible nautical theme, which I just love this time of year. You know, maybe if you're going on holiday, you could do a little bit of scrapbooking.
This is nice. I don't think I saw this before.
Did you not?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, isn't it? All on Matastic as well, so you can tear into this, you know, you can add even more texture. Look at this one. I love this one. It's just my favourite piece of cardstock. It's very, very British. With the seaside and the seagulls there. You've got all the old kind of maps included as well. We've got some really lovely foil designs. I love that we've got quite a lot of edge to edge as well featured in here. Then we have some acetate. So we've got 2 sheets of our foiled acetate. So we've got the kind of stamps, kind of like travel kind of theme there. And then we've also got that beautiful swirl, which is just so versatile. You're going to be able to use that on any crafting project. And then we're not finished there as well. We also have our double-sided papers, and what we've done to mix the papers up this time is give you almost like your like our picture perfect pads, isn't it, with like images on the front, and then
is really cool,
isn't it? And then you've got your paper on the reverse. So then we've got the bottles, the lighthouse.
They're instant DLs.
I know.
This has been so well put together, hasn't it?
And this one, I love this paper. It's like my favourite, that wood one there. You've got this one here that's got all of these little maps running through as well. So kind of like scrunch those up. Just, you know, ink them up with your ink pads to give them that really lovely tie-dye effect. And then you've got these ones here, which I just love. I just think, who does not want to be there? It's just wonderful.
It's so
lovely
cute.
Beach houses. Absolutely gorgeous. So that is literally everything you're getting there for your £8.99 as a Diamond member. This collection alone, just this papercraft collection, is worth more than that. And you're going to get that embossing folder, and you're getting that extra content in the magazine, and you're getting tons, and I mean tons, of digi downloads as well. You've got craft wire templates, you've got some more stamps and digi stamps in there as well. So there's absolutely loads in this magazine. It is incredible, with over 90 projects, just £8.99. If you get our magazine regularly and you've not subscribed yet, you absolutely need to do that. You need to be subscribing to the magazine, because not only are you going to get like a little cheeky offer on all of your magazines, you're going to get them delivered to your door before they're actually released, and you're also going to get your Diamond membership included in that as well. So it is so worth getting that magazine subscription, because it just gets you so much more. It really is wonderful. Okay, our ink pads are an absolute essential, I feel, alongside your embossing powders, your embossing folders. Any 5 for the price of 4, £2.99 each. We've got the whole range here. What's your absolute favourite ink pad, Nat?
Tangerine.
Tangerine?
Do you even have to ask that question?
Well,
actually, I do like the orchid.
Okay.
If I wasn't going to pick, obviously, my favourite colour.
Yeah. I really like Velvet Fawn.
Oh, Muddy Boots.
Yeah, Muddy Boots.
That one's so nice.
What's
Velvet
your
Fawn
favourite,
is
Lisa? Spearmint.
Greige as well.
Greige.
Greige is
the most popular.
Oh my goodness, it is a delightful colour.
Yeah, it is. There's some amazing colours in there.
I like the yellow as well.
Yes.
And that peachy, because it's a little bit like cakey.
Yeah.
People who use inks will understand what I mean there, but it's got something to it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
They're just wonderful. You need them all. Prussian blue I really like as well. You need them all. You need them all. 5 for the price of 4. As maths I can't do. Is that £12 for 5 ink pads? It's just under £12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. Amazing value there on our Prism ink pads. And then to go alongside your ink pads, I'm going to move to this one next, if that's okay, Lisa. Sorry, I'm going out of sync. Just because it's here. Our Ink Me stamping cardstock, as the name suggests, it is perfect for inking onto, but we actually use this for everything. Everything. All of our card blanks are made out of this cardstock, so it's the exact same cardstock. So in terms of kind of mats and layers, if you want kind of white on white, it looks absolutely beautiful. But for inking on, stamping on, we actually use it with our alcohol markers as well, our craft markers. So it's just such a good all-round cardstock, isn't it?
100%.
Even for some of your kind of watercolour techniques, as long as you're not going too heavy with your water, and adding too much, going in with your brushes too much and adding too much, can go a bit fluffy. But obviously we've got the watercolour card for that. But even, you know, for your lighter techniques, it's going to cover it. It's honestly just the best cardstock. So you can get 30 sheets there, A4 in size, 300 GSM for just £8.99 again if you are a Diamond member. And then we have got our pearlescent powders. I feel like we never look at these. They're just fabulous.
And they're really good to use with these embossing folders.
Yes, they are. I think Stacey used them a little bit actually when she, on the launch show, she showed us a little technique with them as well. So £23.98 is going to get you all of them, okay, all 12 colours, saving 40% there. It's such a big saving, isn't it? It should be £39.96. So you can get all of your pearlescent powders included in there. And then our last product that we're going to show you in this section is a relatively new addition. It is our crafty brayer. This is wonderful. I used this at Hobby Maker last week to do, not last week, the week before, when it was the magazine day. So I was doing the coastal layering dies and stamps. So I had the cute little undersea creatures.
Yeah.
So I did like a little bit of a smooshy background, and then I took this part off, put an elastic band around it,
Nice.
and then ran it through my ink pad and made like a wavy background. It looks so cool. So there's a lot you can do with your brayer as well, isn't there?
So much you can do with your brayer in terms of like stamping techniques and creating like really cool backgrounds with it. It's helpful with your folders as well for different things that you can do. So it definitely is one of those things that just having it around, it's super useful.
You might not think you need it as much as you do until you've got it. It's just one of those. So £8.99, again, if you're a Diamond member, for your crafty brayer. And then I'm just going to give you a Win It Weekly reminder. So we asked you, what is the farthest distance cycled underwater? Is it A, 4,308 metres, B, 7,445 metres, or C, 6,708 metres? Let us know what you think the answer is, and we'll be selecting 3 lucky winners on Friday's show. Okay, back for another demo.
Right, we're going to get really messy this time.
Woohoo!
So we're going to do lots of different inky techniques. So I'm going to start off by using these to create like, to not actually emboss, but kind of like stamp the detail on. So for this, I've got Ink Me cardstock, because you do need to make sure that your surface is as wet as possible to be able to get this to work. And we're going to use our stamp, our star one for this. Now I'm going to use, the way that you want to do this is you want to ink the section that has the raised parts on. So we're going to ink this bit here. So if I get my blue and I'm going to pop this on here. Now again, try and keep it as light as possible, because we do just want to go over the sections where your pieces are. Now you can also emboss this. We can do the exact same one again, and I'll show you the difference in embossing it to doing the way that we're doing it here. So I'm just going to keep that on there, and then we are going to spritz this with a bit of water. So you just want to make sure the surface is really light, that you lightly spritz that you're going to pop this on. And then we're going to turn this over, layer this on top, and we're going to bring in your brayer.
Oh, you can see that taken already.
And you're just going to press that onto this design. Now this is going to give you more of like a stamped background effect than if you were to run this through your machine. So it's also a really cool way that you can use your embossing folders if you don't have a machine. Get your brayer, get stamping and inking on those sides, and then you can create really cool backgrounds like this. And you've got that really nice detail. It's super soft. You've still got that super fun background, but it's flat.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Flat.
It almost looks like they've got texture though, and they've got height because of how the ink's gone down.
It's really cool, isn't it?
That looks so good.
That's a really cool way that you can use them. So using your embossing folders to like stamp the detail down. But then if we clean this up, now I'm going to use a mixture of loads of different things to do this. So.
And obviously your embossing folders, because they're the plastic, you can actually run them under the tap.
Run them under the
tap, baby wipes.
Baby wipes, microfiber cloths. I'm guessing you could put them in your dishwasher, but I'm not too sure.
Oh, you got to be careful.
We could trial it out.
Dishwashers.
Oh yeah, actually no, I'm thinking.
Oh my goodness, Joseph
disasters.
got 3 new water bottles for Christmas, and I put them all in the dishwasher, and they all came out like long, thin, like little 3 brand new ones. But who makes things that can't go in the dishwasher?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know anymore. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to emboss it, but we're actually, so you can create this exactly the same way, but what will happen is if we ink onto here, pop this down, then emboss it, you will get these stars, but they will be debossed into the design. So you'll create sort of like the same effect. You might have more blue sections in the background as well, just from where it's hit on the lower part of your embossing folder. However, you can do a really cool thing. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to use a mix of colours, and I'm going to go in on the opposite side. So you'll see that I've switched my sides and I'm going in, and you do want to add quite a bit of pressure to this bit, because you actually want the ink to go onto the debossed
Oh,
stars. So it might look like you're adding loads onto here, and you might think in the end, well, you've just wasted loads of ink. And you kind of have, but you also kind of have to create this effect.
That green
you
looks
could go in with
amazing.
your pens, actually, your brush marker pens, and colour in those sections as well. It depends how much time you've got, because that's going to take a lot of time to get in all of those sections. But just make sure you're adding as much ink as possible. And then what we're going to do is we are going to pop this. I think, let me try.
I see what you're doing.
Do you see?
Yeah.
I think it's coming off though.
Right.
I think I'm being a bit too...
I wonder if you'd be better
I know
with
what to do. Let's do it this way around, because it'll be fine.
one of those like spongy kind of sponges.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like got flat.
I think doing it this way, you'll still get the same effect, because if I do it black over the top, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we're going to take our watercolour card again. You don't have to use watercolour card this time. You can just use Ink Me, but I've got a piece ready to go. So I'm going to pop that through. I'm going to run that through your embossing folder.
Janet's just asking if the Ink Me is good for alcohol markers. It absolutely is. It's what we use.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Perfect for your alcohol markers. We probably use that the most, don't we?
We do, yeah.
So let's take this out. And then we have this detailing.
Ooh.
And then what I'm going to do is we're going to clean all of this off as much as possible. It doesn't matter if you've still got some in your stars, because that's okay. And we're going to take this off. Just dry that off as much as you can. And then I'm going to go in with, I bet I don't have it here. Let's try and find a charcoal. We could do a stormy night as well. And then what we're going to do on this bit here is I'm just going to pop it. I'm swiping it this time. So swiping it means it's only going to go on the top section.
It's not going to go in the grooves.
So it should just sit on the very top of this. Now you might want to do this. Depending on how vibrant you want this to look, you might want to do this a few times to get the most amount of colour onto your cardstock.
Oh yeah, you can, because it kind of slots in, doesn't it? So you can repeat it.
Spritz it, just to help it sit on the cardstock a bit better. This is the tricksy part though.
Is finding out where it goes.
Yeah, I should have thought about that.
That's it.
It's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. Why don't I do it this way? Because it'll slot on.
Oh yeah.
Genius.
Upstairs for thinking.
Don't even realise sometimes. So make sure that's in place. Pop it back down and then run it through. And this way, you're going to have that colour on both the stars, but you'll also have colour on the top bit as well.
I like this.
And all over your hands.
This is the messy bit though.
This is the messy bit. So now you lift that off.
Ooh.
And you've got a really nice design. Now, like I said, if we go back in again, and you can do that, let's just pop that. Where did that need to go? I can't think where that goes now. That way, isn't it? No. Oh my goodness, what is happening?
I don't know.
That way. Because I want to show
back in
you
the
how
groove.
you can build up the design so it does. There we go. There we go. There we go. So you can make this a lot darker. And like I said, oh no, my ink pad's broken.
Oh my goodness, what's happened to your black?
It's gone the wrong way around. What we could try is, let's try VersaFine, because that's watercolour, but it's a lot thicker. And actually,
But it's not going to get any grooves, is it? Because it's like got such a firm.
Oh, look at the colour going down.
Look at that.
This is going to work so much better. See, this is what we're here for, to trial and error and show you
things,
the different ways in which you can create these really fun backgrounds. So let's just try and get that in place again. And I love that you can do this with like dies and embossing folders because it just clicks into place.
You just got to find your groove.
Just got to find
Get
where
in your
it
groove.
sticks. And then we'll pop this back over. This will be so much more effective to have those like two colours. If you want to use like a bright colour though, just repeat the process. Just go over it a couple of times. I'm going to reverse this as well.
You could do that with the stars as well, couldn't you, if you wanted your stars more vibrant?
Yeah.
You could go in with those again.
No, still coming the other way. Let's
I
just
think
go.
I'm too far.
Maybe. I just think those buttons don't like me sometimes.
Yeah, same.
They're so tricksy, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't think our reverse works on the Jempori one either. So, either that or it's just me.
So now this time, we have such a better result because we've used that VersaFine.
Oh my gosh, that looks
We all know our
amazing.
VersaFine is so much better.
Do you know what I really love as well?
creating
Because
that look.
it's moved a little bit. All the stars look like they're moving, like
know.
shooting stars.
And you've also got the grooves from the ink as well, which help
It
and give you that
genuinely
really nice
looks-
background because you can still see the colour,
Yeah.
but you've got that really fun thing. So that's a really cool technique you can use.
I love that one.
Next up, we're going to do a little bit of masking with our embossing folders. So let me just take this ink a little bit off here because it's going to get messy. And I just need to clean off my plate a little bit. So let's go for the next one. We're going to, again, do that sort of like spotlight look on here. So we are going to take a piece of, I'm doing 6x6, but you can also, and I haven't shown you that, you can also tile some of these. So we can have a look at that a little bit later on as well. So I've just taken one of my shape nesting dies and I'm going to add this panel on. I'm going to do it like 3/4 of the way up so that if I was doing this on like a card, I could have like a stamp or something, or maybe like a flower. So this is like a focus.
Okay.
I'm going to go in with my vintage rose and I'm going to just ink this through here. So I've used a mylar sheet instead of a masking sheet here, and that's because it's a single shape. I can keep this now and I have this design ready to go again and again and again for creating these types of designs or using them in this way for like stamping with. You could also like stamp, I don't know if I've got a stamp, let me see, because we might just take this to the next level as well. I'm trying to create like a little ombre look as well. So I've got my masked design ready to go. I've used vintage rose for that one because I think it's a really nice colour. And then I'll do have some stamps in here, so bear with me a second because if we've got a nice little
again
flower.
where we forget about our nesting dies for doing just simple things like that.
Yeah. I'm going to go in with this flower, I think, and then let's use the thinking of you as well, because you can stamp with your stamps and then emboss over the top, and that gives you a really fun, different look. So we'll go in with a few flowers, maybe just one or two, just to showcase how you can do this, because again, just showing you lots of different ways of how you can use these. So I'm actually going to stamp just like off center a little bit with that. So let's just pop this on here. See if I can get a couple of leaves in as well.
Gorgeous. Rachel said, I love how you're just up for trying anything.
Always. That's how you learn, especially in crafting. We learn you learn through playing, don't you, as well, so, in craft. So if you don't sort of take those risks and
have a go,
you're never gonna come up with I mean, we've come up with the coolest things doing that. I mean, mylar came from me wanting to make earrings. And I was like, Sam, do we have any of that plastic stuff that we used to make stencils from? She was like, come with me. Have I got some of that for you?
Got some of that?
So I'm gonna then just stamp this up here. So do all your stamping beforehand. Again, you could do this separately, but I'm going to go in the polka dots because I think that's going to be
look really cute.
the most precious with this colour and this design. So pop that in. Add this on top.
Do you still have the Mylar middle that came out of that?
Yeah, it's here.
I wonder what happens if you put that in your embossing folder in between your cardstock and the embossing folder.
Should we try it?
Like if it stops embossing that area.
It would do, I think, but you would also
That
get...
looks so pretty.
So you've got that really cool design. The whole thing's embossed now. Let's try Anne-Marie's idea quickly because we have the time. That's what we're here for.
I don't know if it
Let
would...
me grab a little bit of... I think we tried this
Okay.
with... I can't remember what we tried it with.
You don't have to ink or anything, just like
I don't...
pop
Oh,
pop
yeah,
the
I don't need to,
negative
do I?
in
So let's stick
and stick it down and then put it through an embossing folder and see what it does to that
this
negative
down.
bit.
We did try it. I can't remember what we tried it with or who we tried it with. But it might be a case of this just needs to be like a couple that you stuck together.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit thicker. Let's try it with a different design as well. Something that's a bit more crazy. Because it will in some way emboss your Mylar.
Yeah.
But it's also, again, trial it, see what comes of it. Yeah, when we were doing the cards for this and we were trying out techniques that Stacey'd like put together, she did do one with like a die, so it would create like a fake cut emboss, embossing folder type style. So it does emboss
it. Still
it.
Embosses it, doesn't it?
Because obviously you've got the other detail on the other side. Let's just try something. Because I'm not willing to let go yet. Oh dear, here it is. Let's just cut another piece.
Okay. For the back?
Yeah. Do you think it'll work?
Potentially.
Oh goodness.
It's just lining them up, isn't it?
So when you're cutting your when you're cutting these designs with your Mylar, you need to have
everything in.
And it's with these, with shapes, I wouldn't say everything. I think we can get away with not having our metal plate.
They are another trial and everything, aren't
they?
And
it will also cut this way, nesting dies through your Sizzix, through your Gemini MIDI, but with this, you want to have this sort of detail. Oh my goodness, we've got loads more. We're way further through this hour than I thought we would be. I didn't think we'd be that close. Right, try again. So, again, like we said, that's what we're here for. We're here to try all of these things, see what we can create. So I need another piece of ink me. I've got these here. Let's just trim this down. And I'm going to pop it through. So if I stick one piece on that side, then I think we should be able to line it up. I think.
I mean, if you're being very precise, you could kind of measure it out, couldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we like to wing it, Lisa. We don't do measuring.
We're not doing that right now. I could sort of like line it up so it's on that 2-inch line and then flip it over. I mean, you want to make sure that it's super stuck down as well. I think if you hold it up to some sort of light as well, that's going to help. Right, let's try this one.
I do like how it's embossed the
I'm
Mylar
excited
as well, though.
to see how this works. I've lost my folder though.
Didn't want to ink up your folder.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a bit wary of it, you could actually emboss some Mylar shapes and use those to create like that stamp effect that you did earlier and things like that, couldn't you?
Right, let's go through this now. See if it's worked. This is going to block both sides. The reason why it didn't work before was because that pressure from your embossing folder was coming through the back.
So Karen has said, Karen's at that. That's exactly what we're trying, encouraged. And if you pop the sheet you cut from the shape over the top of the embossing folder. Oh, over the top of the embossing folder.
Over the top?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we've still got... It's not embossed it as much, but we still do have it.
Yeah.
So I don't think this material, and I think this is where we came up with, where we were stumped before, this material's too thin.
Yes.
You almost need a plastic that is as thick as this.
It's like your shim.
So the shim, oh, I'm not even showing you, as thick as the shim, this is really thin compared to that. So I think if you tried it that way, it would work. But, you know, we've tried it. We've tried it so you don't have to. But if you try it at home, come up with it, message us and let us know how you've successfully got that to work, because it is something that I think is really, really cool. Okay, one last bit of this, because I really want to do this. Just the same way that we've done it with our Mylar, I'm going to actually die cut a word. So I'll run that through here. And then we'll go back to Anne-Marie and we'll come back for some play with our pearlescent powders. So let's run this through here. And the reason why I've used a masking sheet this time is because we are going to use the reverse of our die cut. So you want to pop out your die, and then we're going to just pop out this whole section. I didn't put all my plates in.
Oh, is it not cut all the way through?
It's not cut through that plasticky bit properly. Let's go. It has done it, but it just needs a little bit
of teasing.
Of a helping hand. I wonder if we can line it back up again. Let's see, because that is always a good option.
Get back in that groove.
Just line it back up. Line it back up. I mean, sometimes this can be a little bit troublesome with like movement, but most of the time it's good. So I'll pop that back in and use my metal sheet. And again, it seems really silly because this is just a piece of like really thin tape,
plasticky bit though,
but
isn't
the plastic, it can be so frustrating sometimes. I'll run that in again. This masking sheet, hey, so troublesome.
So troublesome, so troublesome. Carol has said we'll have to get our designer to come up with an embossing folder that creates that design you're trying to do. I am wondering if we
have tried.
If we can
get
some shapes that we could use to do what we were trying to do, like made in the right material.
Nice idea. Yes, I do think that that would be.
I don't know if Stacey's watching.
Stacey. She will be. She'll be watching. She'll be watching and she'll be judging. You know what she's like.
Oh, she's dreadful, isn't she?
Like, I wouldn't have done that, Natalie. So this time we're going to use
better, isn't it?
This part of our sheet. So it doesn't even matter that this bit's on it.
Okay.
Because we're going to use
using that bit.
This bit. So what I would suggest doing to make this easier is pop the design down on here.
Diane's wondering if we're on about a cut and emboss folder. It's not cutting that we want to do.
No.
It's like masking off the embossing, essentially, is what we're trying to do. So that you could have an area, like say for example a circle in the middle of an embossing folder that isn't embossed. Like an aperture, but not cut through.
I suppose Stacey could also add that to her design of her folders.
Yeah, we could actually make some embossing folders.
We could do like a collection that will like, that would be cool,
aperture,
wouldn't it?
Oh, embossing folder apertures.
If anyone steals this idea. Stacey, I'm going to annoy you.
Don't tell anyone we've talked about this. It's just for Stacey.
That would be really cool. So you're going to pop all of these bits in. We could just leave it out at the moment.
I like how you're using your die cut this way.
Because I think it will give you a really fun look. I can't seem to get... I need my pokey tool. There it is. So we're just going to lift off these pieces and you're going to place them back in to the die. So this is the bottom section of our bee. So you need to be really careful to actually keep all of these pieces together.
In the right places. Oh, she's here. Definitely not judging. You're doing an amazing job. Loving all the different techniques, and I've made a note.
Yes. She's already working on our next lot of embossing folders,
Oh
isn't
my
she?
goodness. She's working on the next one after the next one.
Oh yes, she is.
Yeah.
I forgot about this because the next ones are already sorted, aren't they?
Yeah. It's very exciting.
I just think there's so much you can do with an embossing folder that we can't do with other tools that we have. And it's so nice to be able to just add that extra little touch of detail onto paper or card or any medium really, because it works like you showed earlier on in the show. It does work with everything.
Everything, yeah. And it's just, I don't know, like if you maybe, you know, you've got you want to make a simple card, you've got your adorable scorable or your Miri, and you just want to jazz it up a little bit. And I know we do things with a scoreboard sometimes, we put some lines in and stuff, but you're very limited to lines.
Very limited.
Very limited. So being able to add that texture, it really does make your card so fancy, because I think that definitely...
And it's something that when we've done masks in the past as well, I've loved to do and emboss with my masks, but it just doesn't give you the same result.
It doesn't have the depth,
no, it doesn't. So we've got our image ready to go. And then I'm going to go in with 2 ink colours. So this kind of works in the same way as it does with your shape. However, we're going to do it with a word. And we're just going to emboss this through. So you want to be really careful to not lift any of this up or go over any of the other pieces as well. So I'm going to go in with some colours that I don't really use that much, but I think for this it's going to look really cool. So we're going to go in with the word, just going around
Lots of people
areas.
are saying to save the show so they can watch it again. You can do that, of course, on Facebook and on YouTube, I think. I'm not a massive... I don't know a lot about YouTube, if I'm honest, so I might be lying, but I'm sure you can save things on there. And it's so good to be able to come back to it.
I'm going to pull this up.
I love how you created a stamp from your die.
I know there's so many different techniques that we're going with today. Not just embossing techniques. Apologies, people. So we've got now that gorgeous like stamped image, like Anne-Marie said, and then I'm going to go in with, let's do this one, and you'll see that I've actually made here, this is a piece of 8x6, so it's a little bit bigger, because I want to show you how you can tile it.
Amazing.
So, where's my plates now? Here.
Just moved everything out of the way.
Everything is getting so messy around here. We need a little bit of a clean up in a moment. So let's now emboss it. And this is obviously going to give you the same type of technique that this did, where it's going to emboss the detail, but you're going to have that like birthday already on there in the design. You could repeat this as well, so it could be like a full background that you're doing, like birthday, and then you've got this design. But then what we're going to do is just move this across. And you know how we were talking about getting it in the groove?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do with this. So you want to move it down and like get it in the groove so you can push it as much as possible, but it's staying where you want it to be. It's going to work for this one. It's going to work for your stars. It's going to work for the circles. With this one, it might be a little bit pesky because of the fact that these are diagonal. So you'll have to work out the shape or the size of your card if you're going to do that. Probably would work with a DL because you're going to be able to stretch it out. Yeah. But look how cool this is. So you can make your embossing go even further. And we've got that nice birthday design in there as well, so you can mask your sort of stamps or your die details, add them to the background and then go over it. Okay, back to you, and then we'll get even more messy.
Oh my goodness.
With our pearlescent powders.
This is amazing, isn't it?
We'll do a couple more demos.
Love, love, love. Okay, I've got back in stock for you our stylish suits and woolly jumpers. I nearly said woolly waistcoats then. I was like, that's not right. Woolly jumpers.
You can get woolly waistcoats.
You can get woolly waistcoats. It's back in stock, the Ultimate Collection. At £24.98, are you seeing what you're getting here? £22.48 if you are a diamond member. So you're going to get that incredible die set that is going to make you the woolly jumper. It's going to make you the suit. It's going to give you the tie. It's going to give you the bow tie, the pockets, the cuffs. It is absolutely wonderful. It has full step-by-step instructions inside as well, so do not panic. You do not need to worry. They are included in there. But you're also going to get this amazing duo design, or what is it? It's not classed as duo design, is it? It's kind of, but it's an 8x8 paper pad. It's double-sided. So you've got checks in here, you've got pinstripes, you've got ginghams, you've got almost like herringbone in here. You've got all your cool kind of textures that you would get in your suits and your jumpers. You've got knitted in here. You've got kind of linen as well in all sorts of different colours, and you've also got loads of other designs on the other side for like your cool shirts, you know, like you've got your spots there, you've got your little kind of floral designs. It is just so cool. So this is
so sorry.
This is going to give you everything you need to create your suits, your cardigans and your shirts to work with your stylish suits and woolly cardigans collection. £22.48 is getting you that die set, and it's getting you that double-sided paper pad as well. Incredible value there. Let me show you some of the makes because they are fabulous. They really are cool. Look at this. They are just amazing.
I loved this collection.
Oh, it's just brilliant, isn't it?
It's going to be so handy for so many different things.
Yeah. And they're just so simple to do as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Look at this one, just using the ties. It looks fabulous, doesn't it? So cool. It is an amazing collection. Back in stock, perfect for Father's Day as well. Obviously, it's getting a little bit closer, but you've still got plenty of time to get that ordered and get those makes done. Just a recap on those amazing embossing folders for you as well. So we have got all 4 of the designs available in the most affordable bundle price for £16.16 if you're a diamond member. That makes one of these, this 6x6 embossing folder, which is a tool for life, just £4.04. There's not a lot you can get for that price these days, is there?
No.
And it's going to last you forever. It's not just like a meal deal that's gone in lunchtime. You know, it's absolutely amazing value. Let me show you again the different kind of things that we can emboss onto as well. You've already seen some incredible techniques from Natalie, but there's loads and loads of different things that you can do. So we've got our adorable scoreable here. We've got our Matte-tastic, and we've sanded that back. You can sand back your regular adorable scoreable as well. Yeah. And that core will still take the inks.
Yeah, that's what we did with the first one.
Yeah.
And I did that on Hobby Maker as well on the week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the star embossing folder, so you use like regular adorable scoreable. And
it's so cool, isn't it? You've got our stamping card and using our pearlescent powders, which we're going to be looking at next. We've got our classic craft card, absolutely gorgeous. You've got our Miri, always looking sensational. Again, you can sand that back and it will give you a fluffy core that you can ink as well. We've got our white parchment, which I love the look of that parchment with that watercolour behind it.
I know, I was thinking
so
that.
Pretty.
It's really cool if you did that as like a background.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Really, really lovely. We've got our our acetate, next. If I hold that up there, you can see that design a little bit better. It looks amazing on acetate. We've got that watercolour card, so using your inks to create that smooshy background and then running that through your embossing folder. We've got our shimmer card, which again doesn't give you as deep an emboss. No. But it does give that texture still. And then we've got our coloured parchment as well. So obviously that's going to give you a different look to your plain white, but it's still going to give you that almost like a cracked kind of texture on there, and bringing out that white design as well. So that's all the different kind of substrates that you can emboss onto, and that is just some. I'm sure there's loads more.
So many more.
Loads
so many more.
Like things that you've probably got around the house. Yeah. You know, like, I don't know, greaseproof paper, things like that, just stuff. Have a look what you've got, pop it through and see how it looks. Let me show you some more makes as well.
And you don't have to do like full sheets either.
No, just
you could
bits.
literally do like bits of scrap that you've got left over, trial something. If it works, great. You know that it works. You can try that next time.
Oh my goodness, look at this one. This is gorgeous. Absolutely love that. Oh, the stars. I really like this one as well, just using all the different designs there, giving them all a little bit of an emboss, sand. Oh, look at this one. Let me just get that. I think that's a little cat hair. That one, just using it in bits. So like just a corner of this one here, and then just a little bit of that one looks really cool, and this one as well. Gorgeous. I love using all 4 designs together.
It
They
does
just
look
work
really
so well,
cool.
don't they? It's wonderful. Okay, we are back over to you.
Okay, so this time I just realised I didn't show you how to use it with the pens. So
Okay.
we're going to do that really quickly. We're going to do heat embossing and we're going to do pearlescent powders. So let's do this one first. I've got my stripy thing and I'm going to go into the grooves because it's going to make it easier. With your pens, these fit perfectly into here. Well, I say perfectly. I've literally just drawn right over the top there. Let's try again. If you look what you're doing,
It's
you can
hard
get
in the
it
light in
perfectly
here,
in
I
there.
think.
So we can just draw on every sort of other one, create like a really cool pattern. I'm going in with some nice shades here. So we've got this really deep teal colour, we've got the orange, and then we've got the blue, and we're trying to go into those crevices that we've created there. So again, just running it through. I've just done like partial on here, so we're just going to do this tiny little section. Always do it with watercolour card, because watercolour card, you can spritz it, give it like 5 minutes to just soak in. You don't want it absolutely soak in. You just want to sort of like almost have it a little bit on there. Just got some more colour on there now. And then let's pop it down here. This is also cool because you can put the colour where you want it instead of having it everywhere.
Yeah.
You can select where you want your colour. And we'll run that through.
Yeah, again, if you wanted to create like a little bit of a plainer section.
Yeah. If you just want that design, you want it embossed all the way, but you just want the design on like a tiny bit in terms of like colour. It's really cool.
Fiona's asking if we've tried embossing tin foil.
Oh, I don't think
She
we
said
have.
she's seen a tip where you back it onto card first so it doesn't tear. Because it would be quite thin,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You could definitely get your craft, like, we used to have some craft metal sheets.
Yes.
You'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
That would look really cool. Look how fun
that
this
looks
is.
so cool, doesn't it?
So it gives it that really nice watercolour effect, but it's still within the line. So
And
you could do that with any of the designs.
You could not recreate that without an embossing folder.
No,
know,
there's
it'd be
no way that
so-
you could do that.
It looks so good.
So that's a really cool thing. So that one's ticked off. Next one, we are going to use this design here, and I am going to go in. Again, we're not going to do it all just because of time. We have Versamark pens. I think we sell them here as well.
I think we do on the
A
website.
Versamark pen is Versamark, so it's embossing ink in pen form, which means, again, you can be really detailed with where you place your designs. So let's just go in these grooves and add this in. Again, you could do this with your whole ink pad if you don't have a pen. However, it's not going to be as precise as doing it this way. If you obviously want the whole of your background to be embossed, use your ink pad. I'm wanting the detail to be embossed and embossed. Double embossing here, people. So let's go in with a bit of craft card so that you can see what it looks like on craft card, but also it's going to give us that really fun look. We're going to pop this through on here.
We're still discussing how we can
do the trick that we wanted to do.
Yeah,
I
so,
know. Well, is there any that you think will work and we'll try them?
Well, Karen has said cereal box card works.
Oh, yes.
So
do you know
some
what?
thick
I've
card.
got some grey board. Maybe we'll try it with grey board. Let's try the grey board.
And then another one is mount board, but yeah, again, very similar to grey board, isn't it?
Can't remember which bit I've embossed. That doesn't help, does it? Yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that. Because we didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't try it, did we? My brain can't compute how that would work, but I know what you mean.
I feel like I know what the thing is.
Yeah.
I think it must have been this side. I always do this and then use... I don't know if it was this side. I can't feel it. It's not sticky. How terrible is this? I should have like marked it on the back. Obviously you'll do the whole piece, so it won't be a problem. It must be this side because that's where it's getting.
Where it's sticking,
so there was a reason why I did it this way, because I wanted to show you two different ways. So it's this side that it's on. So you've got a little bit of detail in there. But then what you can also do, if you don't have a pen, but you do have this, is once it's embossed, just go over the top ever so slightly.
Tap, tap, tap.
That will sit on hopefully most of the designs. It won't be as like clean as you're going to get with
Yeah,
this.
it'll give you a bit more of a distress kind of look, won't it?
Yeah, you're going to get it. I also haven't, obviously, because I'm really not clever today, and I'm trying to rush to get these last bits done. I haven't
anti-static.
used my anti-static bag. But
People can see the technique.
if you give it a good wallop, that's the word I'm going
wallop.
to use. A good wallop.
At least you're not plopping like Cat was.
It will. It'll lift most of that up, but it's going to give you a different effect anyway, and that's what I want to show you. So it's all good. So that then with our heat gun, it's hidden over here. We'll be able to show you the difference. So this is going to give you that heat embossing just on your circles. Coming through a bit more now. This is a lot more delicate doing it that way. You're not going to get loads and loads of ink. Whereas this one, and again, you could use your pen, but what you could do is you could just go over the dots this time. So lots of different ways to do it. This one gives you a nice little shimmery background though.
I wonder if you could do
So
it
kind of like that.
how you were doing before, where you really push it into the deboss bits and then wipe the top. I think it would still pick up a lot though.
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
it?
could.
I like both of those.
You'd have a lot of different looks, but this is what the technique shows are about. So you can see this one is really delicate.
It's very subtle, isn't
It's
it?
just super, super subtle. You've got
nice,
that
though.
nice hint of like gold,
Yeah.
glistening colour. This one, I actually like it a bit more
I
because
do.
it's not only have you got it on the, I've really used the wrong colours here because I mean gold and brown graph
You've just
card.
got a really nice little
You
shimmer,
can see,
haven't
but
you?
can you see how it just sits on the top of the cardstock as well as on the pieces? It's really cool. So two different ways of doing that. And then with your other one, and we're going to use the crazy stripes for this. I'm going to go in black. So this time we are going to not use any ink on our actual mat. We are going to go and just put this through on here, run it through, and then you're going to use your Versamark again. So again, you can use your pen, you can use your ink pad. It depends what sort of time you've got for making your card. If you've got loads of time, then you can like try the best ones for you. I'm going to go in, and again, just going to swipe over the top really, really lightly. I've probably got that on some areas where I don't want it, but just add in that hint of ink onto there. Let's go in a little bit further down as well with our pen, just so we can show you the difference. I'm using that really thick end of the pen this time. Down here. And then I'm going to take my powders. Now I have a brush here which has no water in. So this is a really dry brush. And I'm going to go in with the Opulent Orange.
We've got another question from Angela. She's asking, can you use glitter with embossing ink?
I've never really found a way to make it successful,
I don't
but that's
think
me
it'd stick,
personally.
because your embossing ink isn't an adhesive, it's just sticky until something's on there and kind of sets.
What you can get though is you can get
glitter embossing powders, yeah.
You can get glitter embossing powders, but you can also get a sticky embossing ink.
Yes.
So you can do this in the same way with your Versamark. Put your sticky embossing powder on, and then once it's heated, it becomes sticky. So then you could add your glitter
more like
to
an
that.
adhesive sticky, isn't it, rather than...
So I'm just going to brush this over the top here, and you'll get to see how
That looks so good.
this works on here. So you can get a really nice design. So I'm going to just use my microfiber cloth, because then you can like buff it and it's going to take away a lot of that.
It's almost like a gilding wax now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to take off a lot of that edge. I mean, there's so much more that we haven't even touched on, because gilding wax will give you an incredible look. But obviously that's something that we don't yet have here. So you can kind of create that effect with
it's a bit more subtle, isn't
powders.
it? You can either
looks
have it
really good
before you wiped it as it was,
Yeah.
or you can wipe it down and have a bit more of a subtle effect.
It's nice though.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Looks so good.
Hopefully we've shown you loads there.
Yeah. Did you want to try the grey board?
Yes. Where did I put it though?
Have we got a pad that you can nick one off the back?
I had one. It's here. Let's.
I feel like we just need to.
We just need to
give this a
try
try.
and get it, don't we?
And if this doesn't work, we're done.
I might
We'll
try
just
as
have
well.
something manufactured.
Too. Yeah. So are we going with on the inside or are we going with on the outside? Have we decided that yet?
I don't know, because we've had both, haven't we? What do you reckon, Luke? Try both.
Try both, right? And do you know what? I'm as well.
I know it's gonna.
Just you check. No. Yes, I am.
Well, yeah, kind of.
At least my plates are in the right order.
Diane's asking if you need to use the embossing ink pad with the pearlescent powders, or can you go straight onto the paper card?
You can go straight on, but it'll give you a different effect, won't it?
Yeah, you kind of, they do need to kind of stick to something.
You could use water.
Yeah, you can use water.
You could use water and sort of paint it on. I'm actually going to cut a couple of these out.
Okay.
Because I want to try and get it.
Like thick?
Yeah, because if it doesn't work with one, then we can try it with two, can't we?
Yeah.
And I will try. We'll try it on the outside with one. We'll try it on the inside with one, and then if it works on the outside, we can maybe put the two on.
Very
loud
this morning, isn't it?
Very loud. Right. Let's move these plates out of the way. And I thought my die had cut in half then.
Really?
I don't know why. I was like, oh my goodness.
What happened?
So, we'll try it with this one, because I've got it. So we're thinking putting it on the outside, yeah?
Yeah.
I just don't feel like this is thick
I
enough.
just don't know how that's going to, I can't.
know. I feel like two would be.
Yeah, let's do two.
Two's going to be better than one, regardless, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's stick this together. Doesn't need to be perfect. We just need to have it as like a little. This is the great thing about crafting, isn't it? And our like crafty community, that everyone just gets involved and says, maybe we should try this, maybe you should do this, and we just see together how we can create something that is going to work. That's not central, and that is really bugging me.
Can you take that down? Yep.
Not that it matters. We're trying it out here. Oh, I'm scared.
So Diane said, won't it, on the outside, make it more embossed rather than not emboss it?
That was what is in my brain. But we're going to try both ways, so don't worry. Right. It hasn't done anything. It's a little bit divotty. Oh, you can't even be able to see it.
Yeah, you can't see it on
Here?
camera. Yeah.
Just about here, where it was, is a little bit. Right, let's try it. Let's try it on the inside, but I feel like when we tried it on the inside, it didn't work either. And we definitely aren't using too much pressure because we can only use those plates. This is going to be the one thing that bugs me for so long.
It's going to haunt us forever.
Let's try it this way.
Stacey's made
See,
us
this
something.
should work, but it won't because there's detailing on the other side. Yeah. I don't know where the mylar bits are. See if I could use that on one side. I don't know where I've put them.
No, I don't know where you put
And
them.
I can't remove them because I also stuck this together. But I think it needs to be that thickness.
Let's try one like that.
We'll try one like this.
Yeah.
And if not, Stacey needs to design it.
Stacey just needs to sort something out for us.
Because that would be so cool. There must be a way that we can do it.
People are saying inside, one piece either side, and card in between. She's stuck them together though.
together.
We're stuck.
We're trying with the
We'll
pressure.
try with one.
We'll try with the pressure on one side, and then we can always
And
die
then what we
cut
can
some
do
more.
is we can go and try in the office
Yes.
and see if we can come up with a combo and we can report back.
See, this is better. I mean, I stuck it down, so please forgive me for that. But that is giving an impression. But again, yeah, you don't have.
Right.
But
we're gonna
maybe
try
it
this.
needs to be on this. Just one more try.
Okay.
Because I think it needs to be on the bit that's going to emboss, and that's the bottom bit, isn't
The
it?
bit that's gonna push in.
That's the bottom plate.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun, isn't it? I'm running out of card paper. Let me just grab something from here.
Carol said I think it needs to be cut and embossed folder. We're not trying to cut it out though.
No, we're just trying
We don't want the
to
cuts. We want it
create like
an unembossed area.
an unembossed area. I'm loving
We know what we want.
Loving everyone's
We know what we
feedback
want.
though, and
Yeah.
the different options.
There's lots
and
of
we're
people, it
trying
needs to be on the outside.
We're trying it. We've tried it on both the outside. We've tried it on the inside. We've tried it on the front. We've tried it on the back. No, that gives it more pressure, if anything.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna.
We will continue.
Yeah, we
will
need
continue
to because
it's gonna annoy us for the rest of the day.
there has to be a way that you can do it. I just don't understand the mechanics of it. We need a scientist or an engineer. Let's ask Adam.
Let's ask Alan. That's our go-to engineer is Alan. Okay, we're going to leave it there though today. We will revisit that outside. We'll try some things and then we'll report back. So this afternoon, the TV schedule, Pauline is at Hobby Maker for us today, and she has got, I'm quite jealous,
I know you are.
the most incredible card blanks you've ever seen in your life. So imagine tentfold card blanks. We know how much everyone loved them, right? Imagine them with a beautiful stitched edge detail around the sides.
Instant crafting
Oh my word.
that you could emboss and it would look fabulous.
They're so good. They're so good. So she's got those today, 1 and 6. At 3 p.m. she's taking another look at the delightful die cut pads, and at 7 o'clock she's back with the bigger book of birthday sentiments. Kelly and Kat will be here tomorrow to show you those incredible card blanks. You are going to love them. Absolutely love them. They're just awesome. They're so good.
Kat's so good at showing you how to use just like a card blank, isn't she? In so many different ways.
It's going to be amazing. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and we'll see you then.